Hi, I'm Dena Davidson. I'm the Campus Life Director for Thrive School, and I have really exciting news about my life. I don't have allergies anymore. What? Those of you who have been following me in my food journey, when I was about 15, I had really bad food allergies, and for the past 15 years of my life, I have had those food allergies and I've had to live crazy diets because of them. But the most amazing thing happened when I got pregnant with my daughter Riley. The food allergies went away. And so all of a sudden, I was able to live with so much freedom. And it was amazing. For the first little bit, I just was like, freedom. I still love broccoli, but freedom. And then it eventually ended up so that I was basically like the college kid who moved out of their parents' house and they never lived without a curfew and without a bedtime. And all of a sudden I was like that kid who just so much freedom. I ate whatever I wanted and come to find out, like, I still, post-pregnancy, year into having Riley, I still don't have food allergies. And now I'm kind of waking up to this realization that I have so much freedom that for the past 15 years of my life, all of these options that weren't available to me are all of a sudden available to me. And I've been having these ongoing conversations with God of, what am I supposed to do with this freedom? Because beforehand, all I could eat was broccoli, and now I can eat ice cream, and I kind of like ice cream better. What do I do with all this freedom, Lord? And so I was having these conversations with him, and a few days ago, I actually woke up in the middle of the night, went to bed asking God that question, what do you want me to do with this freedom? Went to bed, woke up in the middle of the night with a verse. And this does not happen to me. This is like a really rare instance. I woke up with a verse in my mind, and I didn't even know where it was, but it was so strong in my mind, and it was like God was answering this question directly in the middle of the night. Psalm 16, verse 6. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. I will praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. So I woke up in the morning, and the verse that God had given me in the middle of the night was that the boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. And I woke up and I thought, gosh, that has not informed my perspective. I've been seeing this freedom as a huge weight of responsibility. This freedom to eat all this ice cream that I desperately want to eat that I haven't been able to for the past 15 years. But honestly, that freedom was a little bit hanging around my neck like a weight because I felt like I didn't want to be responsible with that freedom. I kind of actually liked the old boundary lines because they forced me to live healthily. But God woke me up in the middle of the night with a different perspective. And I think it's something that I wish we, as a Christian community, we viewed boundaries as freedom. We viewed boundaries as the things that the Lord gives us to enjoy pleasant places. And I know that this is just the start of this new conversation between me and God to say, how can I view boundaries and restrictions on the freedom that God has given me as something that's a great gift from Him to help me to enjoy my life? So as you're heading into summer, I want to encourage you to have a conversation with God about our boundaries and our freedom. And I want you to partner with God and ask Him, what boundaries do I need to draw around my life to make sure that I am living my best life, living my life and having it be as pleasant as possible to fully enjoy the freedom that you, God, have given me. So some of you might have this conversation with God, and He's going to point out a boundary around your time to say, man, I know you have so many options to go out of town and to go on these trips and all of these options to do with your family. But a boundary line that I want to draw around your schedule is Sundays or Saturdays. I want you to weekly attend church. That's a boundary line put in place to help you enjoy your summer and to enjoy your life to the fullest for this year. Maybe some of you're going to draw a boundary line around food, a boundary line around alcohol, a boundary line on the way that you get to enjoy life. There's lots of freedoms that God has given us that if we don't have a conversation with Him about how to properly use those freedoms, we're going to end up abusing them and using them in ways that they actually take away from our life instead of adding to our life. So maybe that's going to be a boundary line for you. Some of you, it might be a boundary line in the area of a relationship. Some of you, it might be a boundary line that I haven't even thought of, but the Lord is going to instruct you. Maybe even He'll do it at night like He did for me. So as you're walking into your summer, I hope that it is one where you get to draw some boundary lines in partnership with God to help you fully enjoy this summer and make sure you're living in those pleasant places that God intends you to live. Hope that encourages you.